This video is for adult collectors. Hi everyone, this is a video review of the Gundam Universe Strike Freedom Gundam. As you can see, I've already taken Strike Freedom out of his packaging, so getting the figure out of the way. So I can go over the box as I usually do at the start of my toy reviews. As you can see, similar to the packaging of other Gundam Universe figures. You can see his name on top, Strike Freedom Gundam. And on the front, you can see artwork of Strike Freedom next to a window where I used to be able to see the figure inside in plastic tray within the box. It's empty now, obviously, since I've taken the figure out. As you can see, I got this for $25 from the Toy Arena section at the say it more clearly. I got this for $25, which is about the price most Gundam Universe figures go for from the Toy Arena section inside the Frank and Son warehouse in the City of Industry in the County of Los Angeles in the State of California in the United States of America. On the left side, you see a nice picture of Strike Freedom, and on the right you can see the artwork continues on the side. I've actually opened up the packaging on the right side, so you can see the wing extended. See some of the wing on the left side too, but the photograph of Strike Freedom is blocking it. To the bottom, again, we see the same artwork on the front of the box. And on the back, we see more pictures of the Strike Freedom figure that was inside. Also, we see pictures of other figures in the same wave as Strike Freedom. I've reviewed the 00 Quant already. I also have the Awakened Unicorn Gundam. I hope to get around to reviewing that figure someday. On the bottom it says Bamco. So my previous Gundam review of the first Freedom Gundam, I saw on the back a Bluefin and Bamco logo, and in that video I believed Bluefin got absorbed into Bamco. It looks like I was right, since we just see the Bamco logo on the back of this box. And this Strike Freedom came after the first Freedom in Gundam Universe. So take a look at the pictures of Strike Freedom at the back. We can see the pictures show his gimmicks and some of his articulation. But enough talking about the pictures. I think it's easier to do this review by showing you the actual figure. So I'm going to start off taking a look at this figure by going over the gimmicks. So, if you're familiar with Strike Freedom figures, the wings on the back do fan out. Unlike most Gundam Universe figures, there is some assembly acquired. Some assembly required. You gotta stick the backpack on here and plug in the wings on the sides of the backpack. On other Gundam Universe figures, especially the smaller ones like Arc 78 2, there's no assembly required. And even when there is, it's usually just plugging the backpack into the back or the jetpack. I don't like is how there's lack of color variation in this thruster in the back. Well, I guess you should paint it if you want more color in there. Yeah, it looks very awesome with these wings fanned out. Love the flower petal look of these wings. What's fortunate is you can move these two pieces apart, but you can't move these two pieces apart. Even though it's something you could do on most other Strike Freedom figures and model kits. The other gimmick is these railguns here. Yeah. So, in addition to the wings, I like the improvements made to this figure over the original Freedom Gundam. For instance, I like how these V-fins, the gold V-fin, slanted into this triangle shape, which we see a red triangle on top of it. I like how the extra bit is removed from the shoulder pads. It looks sharper, like the guard on the forearms. I like how the side skirt isn't so thick due to a smaller railgun. Also like the bits of gold we see throughout the figure, such as the hands, the elbows, the knees, the ankles. This part of the chest, this part of the wings. We see the gold basically everywhere. You would expect to see a part from the skeleton inside. If you're familiar with Strike Freedom model kits, such as the Master Grade, you build the gold skeleton inside first, and then you lay the armored pieces with the other colors over it. So you see it even in the hips. Anywhere you would expect to see the skeleton inside, you would see the color gold. Also, these hands are the same hands we got with the Amazon exclusive Gold God Gundam figure. They're this dull gray color. I bet if we swapped out one of these hands with one of the hands from God Gundam, we wouldn't be able to tell the difference between these two hands. Yeah. So, all in all, very magnificent. Very magnificent Machine Warrior. I think Strike Freedom is. Love the wings. Love the improvements over the design of the original Freedom. Love the added gold as well. Helps to add some extra color variation to the figure. Strike Freedom Gundam is one of my favorite Gundams of all time, and this is a great representation of Strike Freedom. So now that I've gone over how great I think it looks, let's go over the articulation. So heads on a ball joint, go up, down, left and right. I'll just go up, out. Full bicep rotation here. Arms can go pen 90. Of course, you got wrist swivel. It can rock to any side because there's it's a ball jointed fist stuck in there. Then you can move the chest side to side. I believe there's any forward and back movement, since that would cause the back to lean. Backwards. And, for legs, go up. You can go out, but in order to get fully off, you need these things off, which they do come off. I'll show you why momentarily, but for now, you can just you can also open these rail guns up. That'll give you more room to maneuver. Got a full thigh swivel here, bend 90 degrees at the knee. You got ankle rockers here. And also at the top of this gold piece in there, so you got two pieces of ankle rocking, one above this gold piece and one in the foot. Yeah, so it's a very great looking figure. Articulation is decent. Let's go over the sorry, my voice kind of slipped there. I mean, slipped there. Now let us go over the accessories. Alright, so Strike Freedom doesn't come with all of his accessories, which is normal for Gundam Universe figures, but he does come with most of his important weapons. You got 2 beam sabers, 2 beam rifles, 2 open palm hands, an adapter for Strike Freedom to fit on a Tamashii Nation's display base. Right, so this right here. Start off by putting this hand in here. What I don't like is how this hand is kind of loose in there. Because I believe this ball joint in this fist expands the space inside. It's sort of tighter. Anyways, glad I got the trigger hand on. It's a good place to start. So, beam sabers. Unfortunately, these don't. Hold on. All ones. Beam sabers. Unfortunately, they don't combine. They're supposed to combine like the original Freedom Gundam's beam sabers. What we can actually do is take this beam saber, stick it into the hand of Strike Freedom. It's a shame you have to get the original Freedom to have the beam saber. I mean, the beam saber that can be put together. 2 of them, that is. The Strike Freedom also had the Darth Maul style lightsaber. Looks very cool. Strike Freedom. Unfortunately, the guns don't combine. There is a peg on the sides. What you can do is take these parts, put them in the peg holes at the back, This is sort of a cheap way to put the railguns in the back, because the other Strike Freedom figures, including the model kits, usually have this. Let me show you it again. They usually have this back skirt piece slide down. Then these railguns are supposed to swing toward the back. Anyways. Including the MG-EX Strike Freedom Gundam, which I reviewed not too long ago. Here. You can also store the beam sabers into these slots here, so you can store all the accessories on him even when he's not holding any of them. Unfortunately, these don't spin around like the ones in the model kits or other Strike Freedom figures. Or these guns are quite a bit longer than the rail guns folded up, so probably not going to keep Strike Freedom posed like this. The guns on the sides. So, of course, you can Strike Freedom. Actually, hold his guns. I find it easier to just take the hand out, stick the gun on there, put the hand back in. Right, take this out. Swell guns back where they belong. This is not a trigger hand, so it's a tighter fit in here. I've noticed that the Gundam Universe figures, the hands that hold the accessories, it has the right hand be a trigger finger, which can look awkward with the beam saber. But I guess it's have the trigger finger ready at all times. When Kira or whatever pilot is inside the Strike Freedom wants to fire a shot, the finger is always at ready to pull the trigger on the gun. Yeah, so now it's got dual wielding beam rifles, which is very cool. Also follow up the railguns. It's like blasting his opponent. So all four guns at once. Very cool. And very awesome. So, overall, Strike Freedom is a very awesome figure. It's one of my favorite designs from Gundam, and this figure is a great representation of Strike Freedom. Love the wings, the articulation's decent. Still has most of the important accessories. The only one thing I was disappointed about the accessories was that the beam sabers didn't combine, and you had to get the original Freedom to have the Darth Maul style lightsaber. Nevertheless, I'll say again, Strike Freedom is one of my favorite Gundams, and this figure does a good job of representing Strike Freedom. And it's still a very awesome figure. Please like this video, and if you do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's it for my review. Bye.